Alrighty, so welcome back to another Farming Simulator 2017 mod review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the, and forgive me if I pronounce this incorrectly, the Goweil LT Master, and let me tell you, this mod is freaking awesome. Before we dive into this, I do want to say that this mod has a metric ton of features, okay? And you'll have to excuse me if I don't give full justice or I say something wrong as towards one of its features. If I do make a incorrect statement, please feel free to leave a comment down below and let the other users or viewers know that I did misspeak. So, as we always do, let's jump into the store and see what we got going on. So it's going to obviously be under baling equipment. The Goweil LT Master, $253,000. It can hold 24,000 liters. That will be explained later on. It can take all of these items. Again, explained later on. It needs a 190 horsepower tractor, so this isn't a item that you place in a field that you fill up with fuel and it runs on its own. No, you need a tractor running while you're using the thing. So, we have a load of options here. Wheel setup standard and premium, that's pretty obvious. Variable conveyor flow. 200, 300 liters, 400 liters, 500 liters. That's all per second, so the faster you make this, the more money you spend, then the faster it can create bales, essentially. Additive injection system. So my understanding is the way this works is if you add the injection system, and then on top of the injection system, you actually have to add the additive, which you can buy in the store. I'll show you that in a bit. It will create a higher yield on your silage bales. Dynamic density chamber. My understanding here is that if you select this option, now you can go from 3,000 to 3,500 to 4,000 to 4,500 to 5,000 liter bales. So you can choose any which option you wish. Monitor system and remote HUD. To be honest, I haven't figured those ones out. The starter kit is essentially, it gives you the bale wrap, the bale mesh, and some of the additive injection as well. So you pay a little bit up front, you get your tank filled up pretty much. Looking at the actual mod now, this is an absolutely gorgeous mod, very well done in my opinion. In regards to textures, there's not much to be said because it really doesn't get much better than this. I think they just did a top-notch job. What else could they have done? It's gorgeous. You'll get to see, we're going to unfold it all, we're going to get her running, and you're going to see it all in just a couple minutes. So let's jump in the tractor now. So if we switch through, and again, this is something where I'm using the steering wheel, my numbers won't line up to yours, so I apologize that I can't tell you exactly which buttons to press. You can see the second line down in the F1 menu, you can switch your bale densities from 3,000 to 3,500, 35 to 4, 4 to 45, 45 to 5. Okay, we're gonna make some heavy bales. We're gonna do 5,000 liter bales. Now we're gonna need the tractor running, and from inside the tractor, you're going to need to unfold it. All right, so that's all we do inside the tractor from now. So next, we need to open the hood. They've got nice sounds there, all is well. We can lower the bale slide. And we can also lower the supports. Standing supports, I guess they're calling them. So this is where we would put the bale mesh. And actually now is as good a time as any to show you this. So inside your store, now we have 3 new pallets. We have the silage additive, again, for creating a higher yield on your silage bales. You have bale nets and bale foils pallet. Okay? So they're going to need to be full. My understanding is they have to be there at all times. Wrapping around to this side now. Again, we can open the hood. Woo! And here is all of these. Now, I'll give you a quick explanation as to how to refill these things. You're probably thinking, oh, well, it's like the Krone Ultimate. Yeah, Ultima, excuse me. You bring the pallet over, you grab them by hand, and you move them up in there. No, that's not the case in this. Essentially, you just drive your piece of equipment up, then you take a little walk over your tractor, you hop in, and you press the R button. Okay? So that's how you refill those. Now, the silage additive is slightly different. We'll take a walk right here, and you'll see lower ladder. You're going to have to unfold that first. Then you can bring your piece of equipment over and fill up the tank that's right in there that would hold your silage additive. Alright, so let's take a walk down to the other side again. And let's unfold the LT Master. So that's going to drop this guy down. And what I really like is that you can hear the sound of the tractor rev up as the hydraulics are working. And while I speak of that, if we walk over here, you can see the PTO was moving at that point in time. So she's all unwrapped now. She's ready to accept some hay, grass, or straw. But before we do that, I want to show you a nice other feature that they threw in. If you escape, you press escape, and you go to the help screen. See Farming Basics? Oh, look at that. They created their own help screen. And there are some pretty cool features that I noticed here. So, chaff and grass can be pressed and wrapped for silage fermentation. Okay, that's fairly obvious. Hay and straw can be pressed and optional wrapped for weather protection. Well, that's going to be great for the Seasons mod. Wood chips can be pressed and wrapped for weather protection and for better storage and handling. Okay, wood chips. Would have never thought to wrap them up, but they are correct that could be very useful for storage, because let's be honest, wood chips can be a pain in the butt to store. Since the LT Master can reduce the volume of typical air-dried wood chips, so essentially it's going to be a bit more compact. Manure can also be pressed and wrapped for convenient storage and later use as fertilizer. All wrapped bales have a greater value on the sell point. Well, there you go. Okay, so this thing's going to start paying for itself. We've got some technical details essentially with and yada yada yada. User manual, position the tractor, blah blah blah. You guys can read that on your own, I think. Icons on the HUD from the left. Wrapper on or off. Net status, so that's this guy. Foil status, that's this guy. Bale chamber fill, that's this guy. Net, wrap foil, and additive. You need to refill these for station. You need to refill the baler station with net, wrap foil, and optional additive, which can be purchased in the store. Net and wrap foil always needed. Additive is not mandatory. Will be useful for a better yield with chaff and grass. Pallet of consumables can be used one by one to again by pressing the R key. Other functions. So when you walk up to the bales, you'll be able to see how many liters it is, how much it weighs, and what its sell price is. Optional equipment, which can be purchased separately. Variable flow conveyor belt, additive injection equipment, dynamic density chamber, remote monitor system, and the weighing system. Yes. Alright, so let's jump over to our case. I already mowed some grass up here, so this is straight up just grass, nothing fancy. Back up to it here real quick, and we'll unload it. We won't be able to get all of it in, I think. Oh, look at that. Yes, we can. So now we'll get this thing out of the way. Great. We'll shut it down. Now we're going to take a walk back to the tractor, because this is where all the fun begins. We're going to need to turn on the LT Master. Everything's been unfolded, the supports are down. Okay? So as you can see, we've got grass moving in here. Starting to wrap the bale, or it sounds like it is. Okay, it's wrapped it with the mesh. Now it's going to wrap it with the actual wrap. And it's also going to start doing the next bale at the same time. Pretty nice animations there, if you ask me. And the bales will just roll off. Now, if you're on a bit of an uphill, that might become a little tricky. They're not going to do what you want it to do. But all in all, you know, this would be a great mod for multiplayer. You have somebody getting ready to pull it out. You got somebody working the field, or a couple or two or three people working the fields with the loading wagons, and you just have this thing sitting here wrapping. It's a really cool mod. Will it work with some of my maps that I'm using? I don't think so. But let me tell you, I am excited about this mod. I'm just going to let this thing continue to wrap, because it's cool to watch. So, I think we're at the point now where I usually give a mod a star rating. And this mod is going to get 5 out of 5 stars. Okay? This mod has got great graphics. Okay? It's new, it's different, its ingenuity is above reproach. I can't say enough about this mod. It may be one that gets my vote come time to actually press the button. So check this mod out. The link will be in the description below. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe. We'll be doing more of these mod contest mod reviews over the coming week while I'm away on vacation. So until next time, y'all have a great night. See ya!